Willie Graham, good morning. Welcome to the show. What stands out for you when you used to see John on the field of play?
Wow, that's always going to be something of a nostalgic feeling. Since 2003 that he burst into the scene with Liberty Professionals, we've always talked about ASAMOAH GYAN and what he can do and what he can't do. And anytime you know you have Jan up front for you, you're expecting him to always come out with the goals. And I do have to say this, that from 2003 to 2008 that he went on to play for Udinese back in Italy, and even the fact that he even went on loan to Modena and then had to go to France, you always expect something to come from him. You know, whatever appearances he was making and was actually scoring for the teams, it was always a handful. And so I do recall some, great moments with Sutherland when he made that move to England. Everybody talked about him, and even when he went to Iron back in 2011, 2012, it was always about ASAMOAH GYAN and what he was always going to do. And, he's had this passion for him regarding the game. He always wanted to be on the field. He never really wavered or cared about anything. 2006, when we qualified for the World Cup for the first time, and that goal against Czech Republic, I do recall that wonderful goal he scored there against Algeria as well in the African Cup of Nations, and the one he also scored against Nigeria. I mean, any moment where you expect ASAMOAH GYAN to come with something, he would do it. Let me tell you one interesting bit that I do recount a lot. I mean, back in 2010 in South Africa, and the match against USA, and I was having an argument with some friends of mine, and I said that, listen, Ghana was going to win the game by 2-1, just like it happened in 2006. And my friends back in the States were like, no, the teams are different. And then when the game went into extra time and you saw that goal he scored, I told them, when ASAMOAH GYAN says he's going to do it, he's going to do it.
He's going to do it.
That game is what I do recall, how he was able to bring the ball down, even in the face of the pressure, he was able to just, blast things out for Ghana. And then I do recall Bill Clinton was in the stands, the late Professor J.M. Mills were already there. Everything was just crazy in South Africa.
Right. Would you say that his retirement is too soon a time? Because I remember when the call-up came for the Stars to go to Qatar for the World Cup, we were watching out to see ASAMOAH GYAN going to be on the field of play and not just sit as super sport with all of those conversations around analyzing the games. Is it too soon a time?
Well, there will be that discussion going forward, and I'm suspecting again that there will be the need for all the friends, the Didier Drogba's and the Michael Essienes and all the players that he played around would definitely come out and say, listen, guys, let's do something for John, and then let's recognize him.
Most
as
definitely.
Soon as he made that announcement, KFC for all of them tweeting and recognizing his effort, that should show you how he's been able to impact the game internationally. I'm not too surprised, again, that he's actually working on his UEFA license, coaching licenses.
Right,
I'm not too surprised that he's actually giving back to community with
the baby jets tournament and all of that, you would say.
Yeah, so it tells you that he's really genuinely done something for Ghana, and then, of course, for the game.
An emotional ASAMOAH GYAN, which we saw crying and all of that. We know how he rallies the team, dancing. He's a musician as well. He's a man of many talents. The commitment, the dedication we see on the field of play with ASAMOAH GYAN, even when we expect him to put in that penalty and have that uproar in the stadium, and it doesn't happen, but still comes back, gathers himself and the team up to push them to victory. Do we see that today in our Stars? Because even with the game with Madagascar, if you check on social media, the trends kept saying, the guys are not pushing. Seems that they are not forceful.
Every generation and the talent that they come out with, and it doesn't matter, you can't have the same generation or the same talent with different generations. I mean, when Abedi Pele, I do recall when Abedi Pele retired from football back in 1998. I mean, there are those who are still looking forward to that Abedi Pele in the national team, and we're not getting that. There are those who talk about Mohamed Polos and the Abdul Razaks and the likes of Reverend Kofi and all those things. You're not getting the same talent. So every generation has a talent that they come out with. And so, yes, he may have been a talent within his generation. We may not necessarily have somebody in the balance talent of ASAMOAH GYAN, but something closer to ASAMOAH GYAN. The Ivorian national team hasn't gotten anybody closer to Didier Drogba, nor to even have a midfield in the field of Yaya Toure. But remember when Didier Drogba left, the team won an African Cup of Nations with Yaya Toure. And just after that, it hasn't been the same story. The Zambian team that won the AFCON is not the same Zambian team again. And we realized that even the Moroccan side that tried to win the AFCON never had it. Now with a new generation, they were fourth in the world at the World Cup.
Right.
So you can't have the same talent in every generation. You
can have the same
you have
talent.
those who may try to reach that talent, but may not be the same. And so I'm thinking that we shouldn't put pressure on anybody thinking that you should be like Asamoah Gyan. We'll get somebody coming closer. We'll get somebody also being his or her own Asamoah Gyan in any of our national teams.
Nice.
And I do remember that when I was at the Women's African Cup of Nations, there was this Moroccan, the Cameroonian player who always wears the number 3 jersey, the strongest strikers. And I asked her, why do you wear number 3 jersey for Cameroon national team? And he said, my inspiration is Asamoah Gyan.
Nice.
And I did the interview, and I even gave it to the manager of Asamoah Gyan. And listen, somebody is wearing number 3 jersey in Cameroon women's national team because of you, Asamoah Gyan. So you've inspired somebody.
It's
and she's one of the best strikers in Cameroon female national team. And so beyond Ghana, there's somebody, there are lots and lots of African players out there who are looking up to Asamoah Gyan. And I think that look at it and be proud of himself.
Finally, Graham, what are the 3 fundamental things we would remember Asamoah Gyan for in football and all that he has done, being the top goal scorer as he is?
Wow. If you ask me, I tell you what, 7 African Cup of Nations for him from 2008, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2015, 2017, 2019. Wow, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You remember he also has his memoir titled Legendary.
The Legend.
All right. Asamoah Gyan is beyond doubt. He's even doing punditry football for Super Sports and the rest.
Most definitely.
Asamoah Gyan will always be remembered. Remember his brother Bafo Gyan has always been around. Bafo Gyan even started before. And don't let us even go back to the penalty miss against Uruguay. I mean, that will be something that will be part of his memories for a very long time. But beyond that, I think that we would still remember the man who took us from a certain level to another level. And to have a total of 346 games and goals of 177, that should tell you that this man is a beast.